Hey, welcome to Planet Hex Review Time. I'm Andrew Horn. These are the mini episodes that I put out during the week where I revisit something or I discover something new that I've not tried before and I see how it holds up. Either something classic from the vintage years, you know, I like my VHS era, I like my 80s and my retro pop culture, something new, something borrowed, often something blue. The back of this is blue. Anyway, tonight it's going to be this album here. It's She's So Unusual by Cyndi Lauper from 1983. Now, I'm really surprised myself by listening to this album, not just because it's Cyndi Lauper, but because I listened to an entire album the whole way through, and I remembered what a pleasure it is to do so. This is something I want to do more of in the coming months, is listen to more music all the way through. I really miss the experience of listening to an album the whole way through. I talk about VHS a lot and the, dead formats like that, but just the act of listening to 9, 10, 11 songs, what's this, 10 songs on this album, just listening to 10 songs in a row from the same artist, it's like, this is from another era itself, just the act of doing this. So that is something I'm going to do more of going forward. So this album, it does feature, indeed, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, the song that everyone remembers by Cyndi Lauper. It also features Time After Time and She Bop, which a lot of people will always also remember from Cyndi Lauper. But in the case of the rest of the album, I was really surprised, but it's not all that sort of pop music. I would liken it, some of the songs on here, like All Through the Night and When You Were Mine, I would liken them to Blondie. Of all things, they have a bit of a Blondie feel to them. There's new wave elements, there's pop elements, but a lot of the background of it, a lot of the basis of this album is just drums, bass and guitar, with some synth over the top and Cyndi's very distinctive vocals. The songwriting is excellent and a lot of it really holds up well. Some of it is dated, yep, it's always going to, something that's this old, this is 1983, I was 5 at the time when this came out. Something that goes back this far, it's going to date in terms of how things sound and structure of things and how things are put together. But the songs are of such a high standard, that quality hasn't aged one bit. It still sounds fresh and exciting and really, really solid, and is well worth revisiting. I got the CD version. I've got a bunch of CDs lately from charity shops where someone seems to have dumped a load of very good CDs, so I'm going to pick a lot of these up and go through them on here on Review Time. So I do recommend you go through Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. There is more to this story, there is more to Cyndi Lauper than just Girls Just Want to Have Fun and the big singles. The album cuts, the deep cuts on this are really, really solid too. And you're just missing out on quality music if you only think of a specific artist by a specific single. So I do recommend you check this out. This is a really good album. So it did have a great effect on pop culture, this. At the time, Cyndi blew up, of course, through things like Time After Time and Girls Just Want to Have Fun, but she had such a distinctive look, a distinctive vibe, that sort of attitude. She really, really summed up a great period in pop culture, and that's really to be commended, that something that was 1983 has lasted this long. That's 40 years now, and this is just excellent, a really, really good album. I do wholeheartedly recommend that you check out She's So Unusual. There is a live version of it, there's an extended version of this album. This is the original version of the album, it's just 10 tracks long, from 83. It is really, really good. If you can find a cheap copy, you can stream it, just check it out, but make sure you listen to the whole thing from start to finish, because it does have a different feel to just listening to the singles. From Money Changes Everything, the first track, over to the last track, which is Yeah Yeah. Here's the track listing. There we go, there's the track listing. Witness is another good one. There is a load to enjoy here, so I really do recommend it. This is absolutely great listening. So that is my little review of She's So Unusual by Cyndi Lauper. It really does hold up well. Give it another try, give it a chance. If you like this sort of thing, please do like and subscribe. I put these videos out where I review stuff a couple of times a week, possibly more this week, we shall see. And I put out a full-length Planet Hex at the weekend where I talk about pop culture, VHS and all kinds of other stuff. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode of Planet Hex Review Time.